Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're looking at Flamme Rouge BMX. This I have a setup, play and review video. This is a game for 2 to 4 players, ages 6+. It's basically Flamme Rouge Junior. Rather than using cards, you're using tokens and you're going to be pulling those out of a bag, which is similar to a deck building style mechanism, and you're looking to see who can win by crossing this goal line first. Now everyone does actually start off behind the goal line, but of course it's one who made a complete circuit on this muddy track. Now there are 2 sides of this board. I will be showing you the other side as well. But for your first game, you might want to start off on this side. So everyone's going to pick a colour. Let's say we've got red in play, we have got blue in play. We could bring out another colour like we have green, and we happen to have yellow as an example. So everyone's going to start off behind this line. This is again by Lulapolite, same designers as Heat, amongst other designs, such as I mentioned, Flamme Rouge. So any order you like, put them before here. Maybe youngest player first starts at the front. And what you're looking to do is you're going to be drawing chips. So let's say everyone is at the same time. And we're going to have, let's say, red draw and see what they do. But of course, everyone's doing it at the same time. You're drawing 3 chips. And you're going to secretly look at these and secretly get one in your hand ready to reveal. And everyone's going to do the same. The other 2 will go back in the bag. That's why you're drawing 3. So everyone's going to do it at the same time. Then you're going to move forward 3 spaces. Inside on kind of counts first. But just imagine that was the case. So I go 1, 2, 3. And the others will go as well. And for example, it might be a gap of 1, and this one may have gone, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, for whatever reason. Now you roll a die, and basically it tells you if there's a gap of 2, then this one's going to move up to the group in front. If it was a roll of 1, there's a gap of 1, then it's going to draft, basically slipstream itself up to the group in front. And if there was actually some inclement weather, then there's not going to be any change, you couldn't have caught up. Then any group at the front, so if it was like this, then yellow is going to take one of these 1 chips and it's going to go in their bag. Any tokens that get used will get spent, so you won't be seeing them again. But in this case, this will be going into yellow's bag. But if it was like this, then both yellow and red will take those tokens. And as you can see, you're going to keep on going round with some people being in the front, and eventually you're going to cross that line to see who will win. Now in terms of these chip values, just to let you know, there are 2 1s, 2 2s, etc. up to 2 5s, and that is just the base game. Now, no one seems to like the base game in comparison to the other side. Again, it is modular, you can change this order around. We did play it yesterday, Hexagon 3, whereby we once played in this order, and then we also then changed like maybe this part of the track over there, etc. So what does this side do? Well, amongst other things, there's obviously some narrow straights. Only one person can go on spots, so someone might get stuck behind. It's not clear if you get blocked like in Heat, but I think that is a kind of better way to play, but you could of course slow burn it. Over here, you've obviously got some variety. Over here, you are drawing 4 chips, and you are going to be playing 2. And over here, if you're on the lead, basically you are going, I think you're going downhill here, you're going uphill here. You're drawing 3 chips as usual. But if you're in the lead, then you're drawing 2 of these, obviously, exhaustion tokens. So it's going to make you a bit harder to deal with this section. You might want to whiz through it. So in terms of the die as well, there's some variants as well. You can play whereby you roll first, and therefore you're a bit more strategically able to think, well, I need to make sure I move quite a bit, otherwise I'm going to get left behind. Or if you get this rolled, then you might obviously want to play something lower, hoping you can catch up. There are various other things you can talk about. So this is known as a canyon. We have got, this is called the swamp. We've talked about the downhill, this is like a bumpy patch as well. And there are some variants, so you can build your own track, as I've talked to you about already. If you're playing with young children, you can actually play with 1 to 3 exhaustion in your bag, obviously not on the kids' bags. And again, the weather forecast I've talked about, you can play as well. So in terms of my rating, it's very quick. It says 20 minutes on the box. I've often played this in about 6 minutes. I do like it. I like the idea of actually using chips, but it isn't my favourite compared to Flamme Rouge or Heat, as an example. But I said I do think it's quite a nice introductory game. People did enjoy it, and I did play it with quite a few different people most recently. But yeah, if you want a quick game, and of course it is really quick, then it's definitely not something bad to get to the table. Nice components. It does seem like this one actually seems to have a slight tilt to it, but I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that's just because they're kind of going around the bend here. There might be a dice distancing video to see how far dice roll and whether or not you're going to need a dice tray as well. It won't fit in the TARDIS one, but we can see how far it rolls. Again, nice components, nice inlay as well. It all fits in very nicely. I tend to leave these characters out though until you know who you're playing with, so you don't need to fish around and trying to find them. Any questions, as always, let me know in the comments best on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And of course, I'll be bringing you other videos, typically on a daily basis at time of recording. And of course, there are other places you can check out the videos too. Also head through to the links through in YouTube too, because there's other places you might want to check out images. Loads of images over on YouTube, as well as also on Instagram, and listen along on the podcast as well, plus the discussion on Facebook. Thanks for watching. This has been Flamme Rouge BMX. It looks very lovely. Check out my Spiel playlist, of course, the How to Set Up, Play and Review playlist, and in this instance, the Family Mode playlist. Enjoy the game, back to the table.